Good morning and welcome to my channel. Happy Freaks Day. If you have been following my runic journey, you'll know that on Freaks Day I will usually look up the rune that I've drawn on Odin's Day, on Wednesday, to discover or to read up on what is considered to be the general accepted values of the rune that I am carrying with me. And on Wednesday I drew Bacano, which I did recognise, though I have, as usual, as is my practice, restrained from looking it up until today. It's quite an interesting rune. Associated with new beginnings or connection to power. A lot of the write-ups state about fertility and feminine influence. I think caring is perhaps something that I feel draws to the forefront a little bit. But I can't say for definite. It's one of those things that I'm obviously, naturally, I will now try to connect dots rather than go off instinct or have to or try to attempt to look at things from a neutral point as possible, yet including what I've now read up in the I've got 4 different rune books now, and looking online as well as my own instincts. For the most part, it seems a very positive rune, even if you accept and take on board drawing them reversed, which I personally don't consider, mainly because of my experiences and perception of the runes at their sort of primal level, as I've sort of felt and visualized them as being sort of floating in a primal pool of power, if you like. I don't think or feel that they can be reversed. They just are. And perhaps it's how you approach them and whether you choose to consider your approach to them as negative. They are a power to tap into. I'm quite happy. There are some things associated with it, some additional things that I think I will need some time to reflect on, but yet that is why I have been spending a week with each rune as I've been progressing on my runic journey. It's not a thing that you can rush, and even a week doesn't really seem like it's long enough. Now that I'm sort of 2/3 of the way through the perceived established runes, increasingly my mind is turning towards what happens after the final week with the final rune that I have drawn. What then do I do? And I think really when I get to that stage, that's the end of this stage of my runic journey, and then the work continues. In many ways, the great thing about this week by week stage journey of living with the rune allows me the opportunity to be more intimate, more focused on each rune, so that when I reconnect to the previous runes and that, I've got the knowledge of the name, the association, and can reconnect with them easier. However, that doesn't mean I've completed the journey. There is a great deal more. In particular, this week it's been on my mind, as on various forms of social media you see different people bringing up conversations about runes, that really, with the sources we have, Elder Futhark is not a complete set of runes. It might be for us as dwellers of Midgard, these were the runes given to us, but there are other runes, some that we are not privy to. Yet that does not mean that they do not exist, that they cannot be discovered. And therein is a moral decision to make, whether we should seek out these other runes. It depends how deep you want to connect to the primal power of the runes, and whether we are capable of handling such power. And for that, I guess I know the answer, which is don't. And yet we are creatures of an inquisitive nature, of a curious nature. We seek knowledge and power and growth. And the decision then is, do we accept our limitations, or do we reach beyond them to aspire to a greater destiny? Really, only the person undertaking the journey can decide that. So Bacano is quite interesting, and this is my video for Friggs Day regarding that. And I hope you have a pleasant day and that you are enjoying my runic journey. If you are, please consider subscribing or liking this video or sharing the video. Yeah, take care. Thank you very much. Goodbye.